All right, well, the one way that I thought that we could get discussion started was by doing something recommended in one of the books. And I thought you could each just free write and write down maybe 3 to 5 things that you found most useful in today's readings.
One of the things that struck me, which I kind of knew, but it was nice to have it in text, was assignment-centered courses as opposed to text and lecture-centered, which kind of
when if I assign a reading in class, if I don't do anything with that reading, if I just refer to it, I'm not confident about what the students have gotten from it. So if we start a conversation with students picking out several points that they either found most interesting, most confusing, most worthy of having a conversation, that always seems to me a good starting point for talking about the text. And instead of starting with, well, this is what I want to tell you is important, if I can understand what they thought was important or confusing or worth talking about, then we're going to generate a real dialogue, and that reading is going to become useful. Are any of these that you can think of an example in either a particular course? It could be one of the ones that was just mentioned, or anything that you might teach. It could be in the course that you're teaching right now in rhetoric, of how something could be applied. So if you can think of a specific example of maybe, for those of you teaching rhetoric right now, something that you could do. Jenny.
It was interesting to do the readings teaching rhetoric of race and gender right now, because the way, even if it's a 306 or a 309, the way that they teach you to do rhetoric is to make it so assignment-based, and I think that that's really, it's really easy to make a rhetoric course assignment-based because there's so many revisions and things like that, and
it's more obvious because that you're teaching them to write.
To teach them to write, like when we're constructing 309s, we're told that the content is just a way to make it interesting for us and our students and do something we're familiar with, but that it's not a content course.
The thing that I love about teaching 398T is that everything we do in there is so practical, or it should be. If something doesn't seem practical, I don't want my students to bother doing it. And it's something that they can immediately go apply. And so I think in everything that gets done in that class, there should be a clear understanding among the students of why this is going to be useful.